Okay, so I have waited to cover this the same way I did with the previous Paige video, which was I wanted to wait for, Paige to upload it like she did and let people watch it of, their own accord and support her. She's the one who's put the work into this video. But Paige Christie has released a video, and it is called The Evil That Is Alexa Nikolas, Adam McIntyre's Obsessed Fan. Now, you can imagine the way my heart dropped when I saw that title and thumbnail, because as against what people like to assume, everyone involved in this doesn't talk to each other behind the scenes the way people like Alexa Nikolas likes to allude to. So when I see this video, I'm watching it for the first time with all of you guys, and I watched it a couple days ago. And like Paige's first video, I thought it was incredibly made. And it basically is just detailing everything that Alexa is continuing to do. So I thought we should go through it on stream. Shout out to Paige Christie. Hope you're doing well. And again, I wanted to give it a little bit of time so that people could actually watch it on Paige's YouTube channel. And I posted it on my YouTube community because I watched it. I thought it was a good video. But right now, we are going to watch it. We're going to go through it. And yes, let's do it. So, The Evil That Is Alexa Nikolas, Adam McIntyre's Obsessed Fan. And also, Alexa Nikolas is pissed as fuck at this video, so we can only anticipate many breakdowns incoming after this, but that is to be expected with Alexa at this stage, so let's just get into it. Paige, like always, face card amazing.
Alexa Nikolas, you stated in your first video that you found my tone overtly aggressive because I decided to call you a raggedy bitch, and for that I am so incredibly sorry. Because you're not a raggedy bitch. You're a trifling.
I also really didn't appreciate. Let's hear that first part, and I just want to clarify on this.
Alexa Nikolas, you stated in your first video that you found my tone overtly aggressive.
I really didn't appreciate that when watching Alexa responding to Paige. It felt very, very, very inappropriate the way that she was describing Paige and the way that she was addressing her and, attaching her to things like aggressive. It felt to me very microaggressive, if I'm being honest.
Because I decided to call you a raggedy bitch. And for that, I am so incredibly sorry. Because you're not a raggedy bitch. You're a trifling bitch. You went from raggedy bitch to trifling bitch so fast that I'm beginning to think that lying is your skincare routine. Now, Alexa, the reason
Because keep in mind as well, did Alexa Nikolas ever call me aggressive? Maybe she has. I don't know. But it doesn't stand out the way that she was attaching these things to Paige. Was she calling Kat Tembarge these words? Maybe she has. I don't know. Not off the top of my head, the same way I'm thinking when I watched her coverage of Paige. So it felt a little bit to me inappropriate, if I'm being completely honest. And that was why I was excited to dive into this video. And I didn't know if Paige was going to react to this video from Paige, or this video from Alexa, because she was, in my opinion, a little bit inappropriate in her tone towards Paige.
I called you a raggedy bitch in the first episode was purely because you're such a huge liar. You say nasty, mean, and hurtful things like power to survivors. Ain't that right, Christie?
Power to survivors, by the way, Paige Christie.
In order to engage some kind of reaction from me, and the moment that I react, all of a sudden we're clutching pearls. How could she ever be so mean to me? You are literally the embodiment of an arsonist telling the fire alarm to stop being so goddamn loud. Honestly, you spread so many lies that the Grim Reaper has to check your pulse twice. You have continued in your rebuttal to me that I advised that you did not do, of continuing to spread lies about you, and honestly, I wouldn't dare compete with the original author. So it's funny to me that you're saying that I'm continuing to spread misinformation, because I'm pretty sure you've got the exclusive license on that, sweetie. It's like being accused of shoplifting by the guy who's walking out of the store with the shopping cart. Honestly, if hypocrisy was Wi-Fi, this bitch would have the strongest signal. But the reason that I'm choosing to rename you a trifling bitch is simply because you lied on a teenage survivor and you are continuing to lie to this day. So this is exactly why I speak crazy to you. And I do it again. Bah, bah. Because I genuinely am thinking it's one of two things. Either you don't give a fuck about survivors, or you are such a narcissist that you literally can't help survivors in any capacity. So before I get into responding to all of the most pertinent points it is that you made in your live stream about me, which by the way, that was a really cute photograph. Thank you so much. You are definitely a girl's girl.
Sorry, just want to clarify here. Oh my God, this is pissing me the fuck off, okay? There's so many things with the evil Alexa Nikolas that really piss me off. But her use of AI is really throwing me over the edge. Now, I'm not saying she's using AI here, because we'll get into it in her other thumbnails that I believe. But can we keep in mind that Alexa Nikolas edited, or her crazy ass husband probably did, my merch shirt that said I heart muckers to be I heart misinformation, which is just like, Alexa, you are at its core a fucking snarker and fucking loser. Now, if you are not aware of the merch that I had on tour, here is a photo of me and my parents. I love this photo. Oh, I miss my mom and dad. Here is my tour merch. Here's me, my mom, my dad in Chicago. Wait. Why is this camera? Hello, can I focus? Here's me, my mom, my dad in our I Heart Muckers shirts. So she's edited that shirt to be I Heart Misinformation. She's also edited Paige's hands to be holding my microphone. And also, sorry, this is not Paige. What is going on here? Like, this is so weird. But like I said, I just want to clarify really quickly that her fucking thumbnails did... Let me show you this. Sorry, if this isn't AI, it's done horribly, but you're telling me this isn't AI? In my opinion, this is clearly AI. A Justin Baldoni AI fucking thumbnail. We are in hell. We are in hell. This to me looks like that AI, like, foggy fucking shit. And also, like, literally, like, all of her thumbnails give that to me. Oh, this one was beautiful. But yeah, very, very, very weird. I just thought this was really cringy about the merch.
Oh, let's take a quick look at my live stream response to the lies it is that you continue to tell. The lie it is that you chose to tell on Ethan Klein's H3 platform. I would rehash this to you guys, you know, petty gang, again. But honestly, during my Twitch live stream, I got so emotional. I feel like it's important for you to see the impact it is that your words have, not just on the survivors who are actually involved in the lies it is that you are spreading, but also the survivors who have to sit on the sidelines and watch. People like me. If we go...
Okay, really quickly before Paige gets into this, I didn't watch Paige's stream when this happened, but I did see it after in these clips. So Paige was live on Twitch, and she was basically talking about all this, and obviously, as a survivor herself, she got quite emotional about all of it, and it broke my heart, and it showed to me the importance of, yes, we can sit here and we can be like, Alexa Nikolas, she loves her vape, she's crazy, we get it. But at its core, Alexa Nikolas is someone that is actively, in my opinion, damaging survivors with her constant attack on actual survivors while preaching that she's eating predators. You know what I mean? And watching Paige go through the motions and getting very emotional at all this really just showed me yet again the impact that Alexa is actually having on actual survivors. And I think it's incredibly disappointing. And at its core, again, I would love to sit here and be like, Alexa Nikolas, what you do is good, right? Because at its core, I believe that, like, what she could have set out to do would have been good. But then we see people from the Eat Predators Discord, like that previous video we watched, expose her as well. So I can't even fully say that's true. But, like, the mission, I guess, of what she was attempting to do could have been good. And it is sad to see the way she's going. And every time she puts another Instagram story up, or every time she attacks another person, or attacks Paige, or attacks me, or attacks, it just kind of reads to me as like, wow. She's a disappointment. Like, she's a disappointment.
Oh, over, right? To Alexa Nikolas speaking to Ethan Klein 5 days ago in the Alexa Nikolas Tell All. Adam McIntyre tried to ruin my life.
And again, why am I in it? Why am I in it? Do you guys not understand how frustrating this is to me? Like, Alexa, girl, you're suing Cat Tembarge. Why wouldn't you go on H3? Is the title and thumbnail, Adam McIntyre tried to ruin my life? It's just like, it's so... It's frustrating. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. It really is frustrating.
Exclusive interview. Honestly, it sounds like a fucking Rich Lux title.
Yes.
And here she sits down and says why she decided that she was not going to be, speaking about the Drake Bell situation and what changed her mind. Because if you remember from my last video, I said, I don't remember there being anything in the information it is that you brought that shook the table to me. What moved you in what it is that you saw? What moved you in what it is that you saw that you now have changed your stance? Because I read what you put out, and quite frankly, it didn't change anything for me. So what changed it for you?
Because if it's the documents it is that you posted online, bitch, ain't nothing to change my stance there. So what moved you? What moved and shook the table, bitch? What moved you?
So let's listen to what it is that Alexa Nikolas sat down and said to Ethan Klein on his, how many million? 2.63 million subscriber platform. Let's take a listen.
And it was like, oh, and then when he realized what her age was, he disengaged speaking to her immediately. That was not the narrative I was told. It was that he was grooming her since the age of 12.
Alexa, this is some fucking bullshit.
Oh, wait, also, just want to clarify, do you guys remember when I made my video talking about the Ethan and Alexa interview, and I said that I would watch it if Ethan could prove that the reason that it wasn't not a live show but a pre-recorded because he wasn't like copyright striking it or domaining it so that if I reacted to it he couldn't sue me like he did Frogan, Denim's, Caseytron. Can we talk about how that was never ever addressed again? And you know what pisses me off? I can't confirm because we don't know, but it probably was. The fact that that was never addressed again. And you know how angry that makes me? That, like, I call it out, and then it's like everyone drops it. They do this exposed video as a pre-recorded video. I respond to it and go, I would love, please, let me watch these two crazy psychotic bitches going like exactly to each other. The most unemployed bitch in Hollywood and the most deranged bitch in Hollywood, Ethan Klein, going bat for bat. Please let me watch it. And I say I'll watch it and I'll go through every point. If you can prove to me that the reason that it wasn't pre-recorded and uploaded was because it wasn't copyright striked or infringement or whatever, DMCA or whatever, like you did with the Hassan content nook, right? Never once addressed again. Never once addressed again, right? And you know what pisses me the fuck off? Could you imagine if I reacted to it and then Ethan Klein's like, I'm suing Adam McIntyre because he didn't fair use react? Fuck all of these, like, geriatric motherfuckers. And by the way, if you are also 30, 40, I'm not including you in this. I just have to hit them down some way here. Fuck all these geriatric motherfuckers who are trying to come for me whenever I'm like, for most of them, I'm not infantilizing myself in any way, but aren't I probably closer in age to their fucking kids than them? These psycho motherfuckers who are constantly trying to set me up because they're fucking, it honestly is, it's crazy to me. It is literally fucking crazy to me. It's just.
This is some fucking bullshit. When he found out how old she was, he immediately ceased contact. That's a lie. There's no other way to put that. There is no other way. I was sitting there thinking, oh, let me think about, the legal way of...
Adam, trigger warning events. Yes, of course. We are talking about the Drake Bell case here. And this is insanely, insanely sensitive stuff. Yes. This is why, by the way, Alexa, this is not fucking drama to be batting back and fucking forth about your reputation. This is a serious fucking case.
Saying this, the legal way of putting this, that was a lie. That is not what the documents show, not in any capacity. In fact, it shows flagrantly the opposite. So let's go back. If you can see here on the upload dates, the first two ones is the photo evidence that was received from the victim and the birthday card. So let's have a look at the photo evidence that was received by the victim, right? These have all been censored. I've double checked that it was censored to a good capacity. Drake Bell sends heart eyes on the 19th of August, 2017. She gives a heart. He sends a photograph. It doesn't seem to show his entire nude, but it was semi-naked. Right? Then she said, oh, look, then we have a gap, and then we shift over to August 23rd, 2017. See you October 7th. What show is that? Ballydoyle. You go, sweet. How old are you now? She says, 15. Remember, at this point, August 23rd, 2017. Okay, then we move over to September 17th, 2017, where she says, where she reposts something is that he posted. Then we go, so do you. Next one, over here. Inappropriate image sent by minor. I'm imagining. That's what I'm thinking, right? Over here goes, wow, what are you doing? Great pic. Not as good as yours. Way better. That booty. Then she does a smiley face. He says, more? Question mark. And then she says, too risky. She sent an inappropriate photograph to him after he knew that she was 15. And then he requested more. He found out that she was 15. At this point, he might not have known. Maybe he doesn't know he's talking to a 15-year-old. But then here, how old are you now? 15. And then here, he asks for more. And it was her who stopped because she said, it's too risky. Are we still friends to Amanda? You can read this for yourself. Alexa has it pinned to her profile. Right here. It's pinned to Alexa's profile. You can read this shit for yourself.
Just pausing for a moment here. If you guys are not aware of everything that is going down with Alexa Nikolas, with the lawsuit, with Kat Tembarge, so much of it, even the Ethan Klein interview, so much of it comes back to Drake Bell, right? On her Twitter, like Paige has just shown, Alexa has the Drake Bell filing and like the court documents pinned to her profile, right? Now, Alexa is responding to Paige right now, right? And is like, I'm going to make a video that's going to like reveal all. Which yet again is going to be another video talking about this like fucking underage victim. Can I, for a second, imagine that we have no involvement with Alexa Nikolas. Say we have no idea who she is. Can I just say that from an outsider's point of view, why does Alexa care? Why does Alexa care to show us Drake Bell's point of view? Truly, at its core, that is what's like. I literally just cannot believe it. Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand, and I've said this to every single person behind the scenes. I'm like, what is it? Why does she care for us to hear Drake Bell's point of view? Why does she care to tell us that dates were different, or that the child, I don't know, or that Drake Bell, I don't know? Like, why does she care? Why does she care? Who the fuck knows? And you know, Lydia, that's honestly what pisses me off. That's honestly what pisses me off, because I'm like, I don't understand it. I really, at its core, do not understand how we can even see the bare minimum filings, and Alexa Nikolas, in any fucking capacity, has the audacity to be like, you guys gotta hear me out on a live stream. I'm gonna do a pre-recorded video where I expose the truth. Girl, why? Why? I actually don't understand it. But guys, here's the thing. All right, let's dive deeper, okay? What are the pros and cons of Alexa Nikolas in this situation? Being friends with Drake Bell, I mean, that really, I don't think gives you much. What does he have to offer? Is Drake Bell giving her any career opportunities? I don't think so. Giving money, I would doubt it. Even when it comes to the Kat Tembarge lawsuit, sealed, unsealed, she's responding to Paige here about like the birthday car and the age of the underage, like, and if he sees contact, and she's talking about it on Ethan Klein, like taking Kat Tembarge out of it as well. And the lawsuit, like, girl, why do you care? Why do you care? What is Drake Bell doing for you? Like, she's preaching, and this is what really drives me up the fucking walls, you guys. Like, this drives me up the fucking walls. That, like, she is preaching that anyone is ruining her reputation. Alexa, shut the fuck up about Drake Bell. Like, it's insane. Like, she is literally, like, preaching that her reputation is ruined in this lawsuit because Kat Tembarge was saying that the documents were sealed and they were unsealed or whatever the fuck it was, right? And it's like, Alexa, your reputation is currently imploding within itself because you're continuing to double down on us trying to hear Drake Bell out. Why should we want to hear Drake Bell out? He was convicted of child endangerment. Like, why should, like, convicted? There's court hearings. Why should we want to hear him out? Alexa, that is why your reputation is like, I can't, and like, to you guys watching right now, like, these are the conversations that I can't speak for anyone. These are the conversations that I'm having behind the scenes, which is like, why is she doing this? Why is she doing this? Like, what is the, like, how are you preaching this, but you're like, this is a migraine. Tell me about it. You know what I mean? I think it's because he was on that one show about Nickelodeon child stars. Some people choose to forget his crimes because he was at one point a victim of SA. And you know what's so great? That we can have critical thinking. Drake Bell can be a victim of this and also a perpetrator. That's not that uncommon. The problem here is that Alexa Nikolas, and this just fucking pisses me the fuck off. She fucking reacted to the victim of Drake Bell on a live stream, and she picked Drake Bell apart. She said, how dare he laugh? He's smiling. She even says at one stage, this says Drake Bell victim, not alleged victim, victim. She deletes that so she can go on a documentary, Quiet on Set with Drake Bell. And then she has the audacity to try to get us to hear Drake Bell out. Nah, I'm good. And fucking the fucking audacity to go on H3 on a fucking title and thumbnail that is about me and talk about how Drake, oh my God, and talk about Drake Bell using my fucking name in the title and my fucking face in the thumbnail, and you're having the audacity to talk about Drake Bell in the... I can't. I need to continue watching this. I need to stop stopping as much.
Yourself. So when she says...
When he realized what her age was, he disengaged speaking to her immediately.
Here we have another piece that was sent, a written letter. It is that Drake Bell sent to her. 16 candles, wishes and dreams, exciting adventures, endless fun, time of your life. And he says, wow.
So Alexa Nikolas, I think, don't quote me on this, I think she's responding that Drake Bell didn't do this. This girl's auntie or something like that brought this to a meet and greet, and he signed it, right? Does that mean he wrote this, even at a meet and greet? Sorry, I've done probably over 30 meet and greets, right? And I'm sure me and Drake Bell are doing the same fucking size capacities. Wow, 16? You're such an incredible person. I'm so lucky to have such an amazing fan and now friend. Underlined twice, exclamation point. Have an awesome birthday. See you soon, Drake. Now, let me tell you something. When you are a creator of the size of me or a creator of the size of Drake Bell in recent years, there's not a huge audience in person. You know people. It is why people can come up to me at a meet and greet that I know from Twitter and I go, oh, Lydia. Oh, Chloe. That's how it works, right? Never once have I ever thought to... You already know what I'm getting into here. You know what? So that point of the aunt or the family member, whoever it was, brought this to the meet and greet and he wrote it. Wow, 16? Question mark? Even that. You're such an incredible person. I'm so lucky to have such an amazing fan and new friend. And now friend. Muckers, clock my tea. Have I wrote that on any of your fucking signed posters at the tour? Wow, 16. You're an incredible person. I'm so lucky to have you as a fan and now a friend. Underline twice, exclamation point. Did I write that in any of you hoes posts? No. Most you got was a sloppy signature. You know what I mean? So I don't see that argument.
16. You are such an incredible person. I'm so lucky to have you as an amazing fan and now underlined friend. Have an awesome birthday. See you soon.
See you soon.
On a sweet 16 message. So he knew that she was 15. But at 16, he sent her a birthday card. They ceased conversation, huh? They ceased conversation. They weren't talking anymore. Had that have been the case, girl, I don't think anybody would have given a shit. It would have been like a, oops, should probably do better research, more due diligence. But then she went on and told this lie to H3's huge fucking audience. Huge fucking audience. When we're sitting here and we're talking about giving victims the space to express themselves and to tell their stories, people like you are the reason that victims don't come forward. Because you just lied. You lied. On a 15-year-old girl, you lied. On a 15-year-old girl who had the courage to come forward and tell her story, you lied. You lied, and you lied to fucking Ethan's audience. You lied. You said that he never continued conversation because you know the audience won't have a look. You know that they won't cross-reference. He sent her a sweet 16 card. You lied. He didn't find out her age and stop. He found out her age and asked her for more pictures. You lied. You lied and you are a liar. When I tell you I was driving in my car screaming because this is not a safe space. I'm reading through parts of this document and there's other pieces you can go and have a look where she's speaking to her friend about wanting to come forward and telling her story. She doesn't want to tell her story because she doesn't want people to know. She doesn't want people to know that it was her. She doesn't want people to know what had happened. She was ashamed. What if they don't believe me? But because you wanted kudos points with Drake Bell, you negate all of that. And you want to sit there and call yourself an advocate for survivors, an advocate for victims. You ain't an advocate for shit but your fucking self. You ain't an advocate for shit but your fucking self. Because how dare you sit down and say that he stopped all conversation, he ceased communication as soon as he found out how old he was. I was under the impression he was grooming her since 12 years old. Okay, we can't say that there were 100% news. It was definitely inappropriate photographs and that's why he's got a felony charge. And you wanted to sit down and be pally-pally, buddy-buddy with a man who sat down after finding out that somebody was 15 years old and asked for more? More. It's too risky, says the minor. That's why when you're sitting there on your platform and you're like, you know, she's very aggressive and, you know, she came at me kind of strong and why doesn't she respect me? I don't respect you. I will never respect you. I will never respect you. I will never respect you because guess what? You can call me a slop channel. You can tell me I don't do my research. You can call me obnoxious. You can call me a hater. You can call me a bitch. You can call me aggressive. You can call me angry. But you know what you will never be able to call me? A person who would actively and retroactively go against the victim in favor for myself. You will never be able to say that about me. So I could be the worst person in the world and I would still be better than you. And that's the fucking truth. I can't believe that those are the first two links. The first two links, additional photo evidence and birthday card information, all in a PDF. I can't believe that those are the first two links. And you had the fucking gall, the audacity to sit down on Ethan Klein's platform and say,
when he realized what her age was, he disengaged speaking to her immediately. That was not the online...
That is a fucking lie. That is a lie. You are a liar and you lied on a child victim. You lied on a child victim for your own personal narrative, for your own personal gain. You are a liar. You are not an advocate for victims. You are not an advocate for anything. And I will never respect you. And to Ethan Klein, who sat down and listened to this story, you've got a woman who has just flagrantly lied.
God. Okay. Okay, there's so much to discuss. Okay. Oh, I don't know where to begin. Number one, it's incredibly upsetting to me that Drake Bell's victim literally was basically saying how she didn't want to be public about this and didn't want like her friends knowing. And people like Alexa and Ethan continuing to talk about this and continuing to push narratives out against this that just further push what she went through. And then furthermore, it's even more upsetting to me that this is all being used under the guise of clickbait about me. Like, I hope this doesn't come across in any way. I'm not talking about, like, self-serving here. I'm just saying, like, you have to understand how they're doing this on a video that is being clickbait about exposing me. And it's not. It's not. Like, the video's not exposing me. They're getting people in by acting like they're exposing me because Ethan hates me and he's a little fucking bitch. And then they're continuing to just further push out this fucking underage victim story. All right, let's continue.
About a child victim in a case that you have platformed to your 2.6 million people with 200,000 views. Take the video down. It is defamatory, it is a lie, and it has a flagrant disregard for victims. And if you yourself care about victims, especially child victims, you would take this fucking video down. Take the video down. Shit like this is the reason that victims don't come forward. Shit like this is the reason that they get scared. Shit like, because no one's gonna believe them. Especially if a Hollywood actor, a child star, comes onto a platform with 2.5 million fucking people and says, that person didn't even, they stopped talking. I don't know what she's talking about. What would give people the bravery to come forward, especially at that young age? Whilst you sit down for the rest of this fucking stream, goddammit, and just kiki and haha and laugh about Adam McIntyre being a goddamn rat. And you want to talk about, oh, she needs to be kinder. Were you kind to Adam McIntyre? You're a fucking piece of shit. You're garbage, trash, garbage, trash human being. Trash human being. And
not that it feels important to talk about it, but yeah, the rest of the stream was just them calling me a rat, making fun of my looks, appearance, voice. Typical.
If anyone can look at this and look at what I have said to you and look for themselves, this is the thing. She says, go and read this shit. Go and read it. Go and read it. I second her opinion. Go and read it.
I hate both of these people so much. I really do. I really do. I do believe that Ethan Klein harasses me. And I do believe that Alexa Nikolas also does. You can argue that I do to her as well. Ethan Klein, I'll not take that one. But the way they both, at 30 and 40 years old, sat on that Adam McIntyre ruined my life and just fucking harassed me the entire time. I hate both of them. Alexa, I hate you. I think you're pathetic. Let me take a sip and let me address her. You've got me on a night when I actually will talk to them. Ethan is a miserable man. He is a miserable, miserable man. He is a miserable man. Him and his wife look so deflated every single week. The people they employ are dropping like flies. Their employees are literally talking about how the other employees want to kill themselves. What an environment that is. What an environment that is. What a fucking environment that is. Ethan harbors a life where he lives on Instagram stories and on his YouTube live streams where he focuses on the same 3 or 4 people week after week. Hassan, iDubbbz, Adam McIntyre, Frogan, Denims, Casey Trom. And you know what's beautiful about Ethan? He knows that he's a chopped hoe because he's on Instagram Live right now being like, why do you guys hate me? I love Palestine. I never said I liked Israel. One by one, he's trying to get people to like him again because he knows that he is so unliked and so unlikable. And he knows that his audience only care about the hate community that they've built rather than him, which is why, like I said before, when he said they were pulling back on the content that they were making with H3, they turned on him. They don't care about Ethan, AB, Olivia, what's her name? The witch, Ela, the other one, Lena. She's very pretty. I like her. AB, the other ones, right? Because at the end of the day, the community only watch to hate. They are snarkers, and that's it. Guardia, yes. Charlie Kirk and drag. They're just there to snark. That's it. And yes, of course, sorry, I forgot the one who plays the sound bites. The greasy one. And the Swedish one. God, there's so many of them. They just want to hate. Anyways, moving on. Alexa. You took a year off, which must be nice, by the way, that you took a year off. Alexa Nikolas took a year off. Can you guys imagine that, taking a year off your work? That must be nice. That must be nice. She walked away for a year. Must be nice. Take a year off work. Wouldn't we all love that, guys? Wouldn't we all love that? Alexa Nikolas took a year off work. She didn't upload for a year. Took a year off work. Good for her. Good for her. That's the dream, isn't it, Alexa? And then came back and preached her career was ruined. Alexa, your career was ruined because of you. But also, you barely had a career in the recent years anyways. Your revival on Quiet on Set was problematic within itself with your establishment of Drake Bell. You were a ticking time bomb with the way you were exploiting survivors with your Discord, which we newly learned about. You, your husband, and your mother, your only moderators, are a ticking time bomb within yourselves. You are manic and crazy when you go live. You hysterically laugh and then break into crying and then a manic scream, maybe a puff of nicotine, and then back to manic crying. You're unhinged. I believe that you're someone who is not designed for being on social media. I believe that you're designed for, I don't know, maybe being in a mental hospital or something like that. And I mean that with the utmost respect. Alexa Nikolas, I would love for you to go to a mental hospital. I think it would be amazing for you. I worry about you. I think you're unhinged. The way that you and Ethan Klein went on the interview and just made fun of me the entire time and then would throw in sometimes about the lawsuit or Drake Bell's underage victim, I believe that you would benefit from a mental health ward. I really do. A white padded room with red box gloves on. No phone. I really, really, really do. And I'm not saying that as a joke in any way. I believe that social media is unhealthy for you. I really do. You latch onto things that are nothing. You harass people. You fixate on people. And I think that you're a dangerous person. So Alexa, please. How dare you come for any of us? And it just pisses me off that Alexa and Ethan, twice my age, get to fucking bully me for 2 hours, but I'm not allowed to say anything. I'm not allowed to say anything. They're allowed to make fun of me for 2 hours, but I can't say anything. There. I've said what I believe about both of them. Ethan's a chop hoe, miserable, who's trying to clean up his image, failing because he's an awful person. And Alexa Nikolas, I really do believe would benefit from a mental hospital. And I mean that with all love in my heart. Actually. No snark, no hatred, no whatever. I really do believe that she would benefit from being in a room with no access to the outside. I really do. As a reset. These people are awful.
Go and look at the documents. Look at the documents it is that she's posted. Look at the case. Look at the messages. Look at the back and forth. Look at the testimonies. Look at it for yourself. And tell me how in the fucking world you would ever come to that conclusion. Based on the information it is that you would have before you, how in the fucking world would you ever come to that conclusion? So yeah, people are fucking pissed off with you, babes. They're pissed off with you. You decide to sit down, kiki, hee, hee, ha, ha, with fucking Drake Bell at his show. And you don't get to brush this off as, maybe we can champion, change. Maybe we can champion recovery. Let him recover by his goddamn self. It is called the cycle of abuse for a reason. He didn't end the cycle. And you know what makes it even worse? What makes it even worse is that this was a baby. That's the part that fucks me up, bro. More than anything, is that this was a baby. This was a 15-year-old. And had this been anybody else on the internet, everybody would have said, no, that's not okay. But because it's Drake Bell, what? Because he gave us Drake and Josh? Fuck off. Who cares? Who cares? Great sitcom, terrible person. I don't care. Every child deserves protection, and you, as an adult and as an advocate in this space, were meant to protect her, and you didn't. You fed her to the wolves. You lied. So quite frankly, I don't give a fuck about Kat Tenbarge's fucking lawsuit. I don't give a shit. Who gives a fuck? She lied on you. If she did, great. Who gives a fuck? I literally don't care. You want us to focus on the things that have happened to you and how you are the victim in this situation because you were lied on, and the lies it is that was told on you has affected you severely. Then what about the fucking lies it is that you just told? How it affects her? How it affects how she navigates this universe? Feeling that she's alone. That no one fucking cares. That it doesn't matter what it is that she says, even the story, even if it's documented, will be told completely different to the audience in a way that suits the narrator. I don't care that you were lied on. The lies that were told about you, allegedly, only affect you monetarily. Only affect your public rapport. Only affect your public standing. The lies that you just told on Ethan Klein's platform will affect this girl's life. Forever. And because of the lie it is that you told, one less person will come forward, will share their story, will stand up, will say anything. One less person. Anyway, that's what pissed me off today. We're going to go back and watch her stupid shenanigans. If I skim through, I skim through.
Oh, damn. I mean, it's a lot. I also think that point from Paige is really interesting, which is like, Alexa is, preaching about this lawsuit and how Kat, defamed her and ruined her and all like this. And it's like showing where her priorities are as well. I think that was a great point from Paige, which is like, you are actively doing all of this, but your priority is that you're saying that Kat Tenbarge lied on you.
I've got some other receipts I want to go over. Sweet 16. Ugh. Sweet 16, bro.
And I don't blame your criticism. And I understand your criticism. I really do. And that's not what I'm upset about.
I'm sorry.
Right?
Yeah, I need a break. I'm sorry. Sorry. I need to take a break. My mum's ringing. Sorry. I need to take a break.
You good, yeah?
Yeah, I'm good. I was just saying to guys, like, I don't think a lot of people understand what it's like to be scared to speak. And, like, to have it on such a huge platform as well.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't imagine. Like, I don't even want to set myself off again, but I couldn't imagine, bro.
Do you need set 5?
Oh, God. Okay, no, I'm good. I got
good?
it. Yeah. Okay, love ya. I got it. So that is why the video is called The Evil That Is Alexa.
Oi, there's very little to say at that, other than this is the impact that Alexa Nikolas is actually having on on victims. And I just don't know why it's not getting through to her. That's why I genuinely say, like, if she would go to a mental hospital or a mental facility or go away without her phone, like, go back to what you allegedly wanted to fight for, like...
Nikolas, because the harm that you do to other people truly is pure evil. And I'm about to lay that out today. We are about to hear a story from an alleged victim called M, who shares in detail her experience on the Alexa Nikolas Discord and what it was that she alleges that her and the people around Alexa had to endure. And we are also going to see how Kat Tembaj's 18 questions definitely do correlate to the experiences that a lot of people are alleging that they have experienced at the hands of Alexa Nikolas. But before we get into all of that, I'd just like to say hello, hi guys. Thank you so much for all of the support on the last video. Petty Gang, you have shown out in a way that I was not expecting, especially since I took quite a long hiatus, kind of refinding myself. I told you guys that I was going to be responding to Alexa's video, and I did in full on my Twitch. So if you would like to see the full unedited, like me responding to every single point, definitely go ahead and take a look at my Twitch channel. It'll be in the description down below. But this is just going to be the Cliff Notes version. I am literally just going to be answering the most important questions, because Alexa Nikolas decided to do a 3-hour live stream in regard to this, and I'm sure a lot of us do not have the time. So I'm going to try my best to condense this as much as possible, but we also have some new information as well. So this whole...
And keep that in mind as well. Alexa is currently doing live streams about Paige, calling her out as well. Like, it's...
thing is just going to be... You need to stay for the whole journey to really, really get it. But without further ado, let's get into the first chapter, which is addressing Alexa Nikolas's main points and main grievances with me.
Oh, Lord.
So the first point that Alexa makes is in regards to me stating that it was absolutely diabolical that she would hang out with Drake Bell after knowing all of the things it is that we know about his suit and about him being charged with felony crimes against children. Alexa's response to me is that meeting Drake as a survivor doesn't necessarily mean that she is condoning his actions.
When people saw the footage with Drake Bell and how I explained to Ethan, you know, going and seeing him and telling him, like, you know what? That was brave of you. I'm glad you did that. I'm sorry what happened to you. All of that wasn't condoning any harm. It was just realizing that person has been harmed and wanting to make sure this doesn't happen again.
And honestly, my simple response to that is you could have just chosen to speak to Drake one-on-one and not go to his performance. You certainly didn't have to go and hang out backstage with him. And because of those actions, you
And also hide it, by the way. Also hide it.
Have to take responsibility for how it may be perceived by the audience. The next thing is that Alexa Nikolas decides to do...
Saying as well, Alexa, do you forget that you're a public figure? You know the way that you harass me and other people, like, who are public figures? You're a public figure. You have a reputation as well, by the way.
In her video, which used a clip of me where I'm speaking about Patrice Wilson to qualify what it is that she feels about Drake Bell. Take a look at the clip and we'll discuss this a little further.
So she's talking about here, right? Like, the idea of how Twitter, for example, or these social media platforms, somebody can say an allegation and it can travel far and wide and it could impact someone's life. And what if that person, right, wasn't somebody who did that harm? This is what she's talking about.
Some allegations don't go beyond an informal complaint.
Girl. Really?
But they can still affect somebody's employment status or even their standing.
This is deeply unserious.
Within the community. Significant damage can be done to alleged perpetrators in circumstances when there have been no finding of guilt.
But listen to your own words here, because you're talking about what's actually transpired in the court of law or when it comes to police, right? You're talking about something very similar here. And I find it kind of interesting.
This has created a catch-22 situation.
Girl. Put it down.
Wherein being alert to the needs of those who claim to be victims can adversely have the effect of overlooking those who are victims of wrong.
Deeply unserious. Deeply unserious.
Wrongful allegation.
Woo! Is anyone feeling uncomfortable? Because I think it's actually okay to...
This is the first time in a while that I'm really taking my time going through a video because, first of all, this video from Paige is incredible. But I just cannot believe Alexa. Like, she says, is anyone else uncomfortable?
this still makes me uncomfortable as a survivor. You're like, oh, false allegations, like, no. And what? And then feeling bad for the person who is being accused. Right here's a tough, sticky conversation she's actually bringing to the table.
Okay, so what's wild about this take from Alexa is that the video that she is taking this reference from is about Patrice Wilson, a person who her friend Ethan Klein, aka Pedo Troll, made numerous videos about early on in the 2010s. He made sexually aggressive jokes about the minors involved in Patrice's videos, as well as out and out just insinuating to a high degree, in my personal belief, that Patrice Wilson was a pedophile.
There, I guess that's Mr. Wilson, looking like the nice neighborhood pedophile. There, Mr. Wilson, holding what looks like a phallic object, a little 8-year-old girl, and a big, giant black man looking in on her, man. It's like Blackzilla. This guy's got a weird fantasy, dude. Blackzilla, a little 8-year-old white girl with blonde hair. He likes it. He likes him white and blonde. You ready to take a ride on the pussy wagon? Patrice is like...
Now, what is vastly different between the Patrice Wilson case and the Drake Bell case is that with Drake Bell, he has...
Also... You know what really, really, really upsets me? And again, I hate that it always seems like I'm making it about myself because I'm just trying to give you, like, my perspective, like, adding my take on it, which is that Ethan Klein has this tendency to try to call me out for things that I've said. And it's like, the worst thing that Ethan Klein has ever said that I've said is 0.00000000000000001% of even the best thing he has ever said. It's crazy that the man who had an account about, like, fetishizing, like, pedophiles, basically, has any audacity to continue calling me out when he was older than me when he was posting it. He's such a little fucking... I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
As a victim, who has actually caused him to catch charges in relation to crimes against children. Patrice Wilson had no victims, no child victims, no adult victims, no victims of any capacity came forward and said that Patrice Wilson harmed me in any way. The only person who was disseminating that kind of information on the internet was your dear friend Ethan Klein, aka Pedo Troll. I say all of this to say that the Patrice Wilson case is nothing like the Drake Bell case because Patrice Wilson did not have any victims. Nobody went to the police, he wasn't charged, he wasn't even put in jail, he didn't serve any time, there wasn't even an allegation. The only person leveraging that allegation was your dear friend Pedo Troll. So stop conflating the two as if they are the same or it deserves the same nuance and balance because we are talking about an alleged predator with enough substantiated evidence that it made them catch a felony charge versus somebody who was accused of being a predator with no tangible proof, no victims and nothing of the sort. Stop conflating the two. They are not the same. And quite frankly, it is a massive disrespect to survivors for you to conflate these two things as the same. The next point is that Alexa makes is the repeating of the narrative that Kat Tembage helped facilitate Adam McIntyre to get alcohol. This is tangibly false. I said it in my last video, but let me make it even more clear with some more receipts. I posted 2 episodes from the Adam McIntyre channel that are still up on his channel that basically show the timeline of events. In the first video, which is the first day in America, we see Adam McIntyre and Kat Tembage meeting each other for the very first time, then them going out to dinner and meeting Sloan that evening, and we also see Adam McIntyre sitting...
And fuck you, Sloan, by the way. I see you watching every single Instagram story I put up. Fuck you, bitch.
Outside of what we believe to be a dispensary, whilst Kat Tembage and Sloan Hooks go into the venue, which is an above 21 venue, and Adam McIntyre being left outside.
Okay, so we're now back in the hotel room for just a little bit. We are going out to dinner. Now we just got off the phone with Sloan.
And you know what really pisses me off? It really pisses me off that, like, I, like, for the most part, only have, like, good memories of this trip. And these, like, psychotic adults are trying to make something evil out of it. And fuck you, Sloan, as well.
Sloan, we're going to a restaurant called, is it Tom Tom's? Tom Tom. And he organized reservations, whatever, so we're expecting to be wowed by Sloan. No, but I know a lot of people are really excited for us to all meet up. We have a very similar audience, so that's going to be great. I can't wait to meet him, and Kat can't wait to meet him and have a great dinner together. So we are going to be going there. We just came back to the hotel because we really did just kind of rush out that photo shoot thing, so it's like Lisa Vanderpump or something's restaurant. I don't know, my mom's obsessed with it, and it's where Sloan wanted to go, so we went there and we had a great meal. However, the weirdest thing about America is because I'm 19, I'm not 21, I can't go into most of the shops that like Kat, Sloan's boyfriend, stuff are going into. So I'm like waiting outside while they like go in, or else they won't get served. This is so weird. In the UK and Ireland, it's 18 for like everything, but I can barely do anything here. Jesus. Okay, so this is the moment that I think every single commenter that watches my videos has been waiting for. Literally, everyone's been freaking out about the fact that Sloan and I were going to see each other in LA. Now, the free Britney rally is tomorrow, so I mean, it was kind of like by chance, but also like for certain that we were going to be in LA. Yeah, you know I was going to be here. So that's why I came out. I organized.
I fucking hate him so much. I fucking hate Sloan. And you know, I didn't hate Sloan as much as what I do now because he's fucking silent right now. Fuck you, Sloan. Fuck you so fucking much. And don't you dare, the next time I'm in fucking WeHo, don't you dare ever come up to me. Don't you fucking dare ever come up to me again. Like, I have foundered, whatever the word is, such a hatred for you because you haven't said a single fucking thing throughout all this. And you know what you've done? You've blocked people. You've unfollowed people. How fucking dare you? You fucking coward. You're a fucking coward, Sloan. How dare you make the videos you do where you're calling other people out and you're fucking involved in something and you say nothing. Fuck you, Sloan. Fuck you, Sloan.
The trip around that, and I did organize dinner tonight, and I'm proud to say that everyone showed up, which is like rare in my life. Everyone takes on me. No one ever comes saying I do. Always few seats empty. I'm like, sorry, waiter.
Now, here is my small amount of grace that I am willing to give Sloan. It is a potential that Sloan gave Adam McIntyre the ID with intention that he would be able to partake in going into over 21 venues, but not necessarily for Adam McIntyre to indulge in drinking in alcohol. However, I will say that that is the risk that Sloan decided to take when he gave Adam McIntyre his ID. Then, in the second clip, we see Adam McIntyre and Captain Barge drinking before they go to the Free Britney rally, which is where they met Sloan for the second time.
Also, you know the worst part of, you know what we should be getting sued for in this clip? Me wearing a leopard print top. I should be getting sued for my outfit choice.
And Captain Barge is in the room present whilst Adam McIntyre is drinking.
I should be getting sued for this outfit choice. I should be getting sued for the fact that I didn't shave my fucking chest. And you know what the worst thing is? My mom watched all this go down. She like showed me this clip and she was like, people are sharing this clip, and she went, I fucking hate that top. Thank you, Mom, for giving your commentary. She was like, I always hated that fucking top. Now I have to see it again on Twitter. And you know what the worst thing is? I thought this fucking ate. Nope. But I look tea as fuck, though. Look at my jawline. I look tea as fuck.
In Los Angeles. Okay, today is the day that we free Britney. I'm very excited about it. We woke up today.
Also, I love that these videos are still on my channel, but when Ethan and Alexa were showing them on their video, they were acting like they find lost media. Girl, just go on my channel, you dumb fucking... I wish I could say the C word. It did eat. Hey! You kind of like it? Wait. Who wanna rock with Jenny? Maybe I look tea as fuck. I look tea as fuck. Let me reclaim the narrative. I love this leopard print. I love this leopard print number.
Like 9 a.m. It's currently about to be 1 p.m. So we just been getting ready from that time. We did go for coffee earlier, then we went for more coffee to get to a Swiss drink. Kat so kindly got me both because my car got fucking declined. Yeah. So wait. Okay, so this is my outfit. I'm not pretty sure. So
I'm obsessed with what I say in this thing about Kat actually getting me his coffee. No one ever clocks that. What a good friend.
I have these little shorts on too. Cat's outfit is showing up. Oh god, look at the back of it. Okay, so this outfit is so cute. So we're gonna do this. I think it's the Stanley.
She loved that Britney
Sloan,
top.
Already there. We told them we were gonna meet them at 11.
I hated it, girl.
We're gonna meet them at 1:30.
She should be
so
sued for that Britney
top. Monumental and overdue day, and I can't wait to bring you along with me.
Now, whilst we can completely 100% clarify at this point based on these two clips of day 1 and day 2 in America, which again is both still on his channel, nobody tried to hide it, just...
Which is so crazy, by the way. I don't delete shit. This is on my YouTube channel. It would have looked better with black jeans. Okay, Lydia, please. I agree with you, but we can't have it all. I just wanted shorts. I wanted to show off the body. Body, yaddy, yaddy.
Nobody gave a fuck to look. But we can see that Captain Barge did not
That's
help.
so true. No one gave a fuck to look that these were still on my channel. They looked at day 2 instead of day fucking 1. Her best friend giving it to me. Fuck you, Sloan.
Or facilitate Adam McIntyre.
Oh my god, I'm so scared. I keep saying to my mom, the next time I roam WeHo, literally every time I go to WeHo, I see Sloan. I'm so scared. Good news is, I don't know when I'm going to be back in America again. Bad news is, when I'm back in WeHo, the problem is, when I go to LA, I love WeHo. You will catch me in Sur, then I'll go to Beaches, then I'll go to Beaches Tropicana, then I'll go to Rocco's, then I'll go to High Tops, and the worst part is, Sloan is always at all of them. I saw Sloan the last time I was in LA, like, fucking 2 nights in a row, and it was always a jump scare. He scares me. Isn't that where his son lives? Yeah, Austin followed me after the last time I was there. Beaches Tropicana, not the Beaches Tropicana. Beaches Tropicana was where my old fucking phone was stolen.
having alcohol in any capacity. But she was there physically whilst he was drinking alcohol, and she was above the age of 21. Now, is there some legalities there? Potentially. Is the statute of limitations around that situation completely done? Yes. And does the state of California retroactively charge people for crimes of this nature? No. Therefore, whether you want to condemn Kat Tembage, or whether you want to condone Sloan, or whether you want to condone Adam McIntyre, is neither here nor there. It is all said and done. And
also, at its core, this is all irrelevant when you're suing Kat Tembage for defamation.
Nothing can be done about it. The point that I was making
Who
is that
cares?
it was an incorrect,
Jesus
false
Christ.
assertion that was posted in the lawsuit, which in of itself is misinformation. So whilst, yes, wrong in America, realistically, it doesn't make a fucking difference. It's just a mistruth. And if we're going to say that people are being defamatory in a lawsuit, then at least get your shit together. That was the only point that I was trying to make. But again, Alexa is still continuing to make the assertion that Kat Tembage somehow helped or facilitated or aided in Adam McIntyre getting alcohol, when that is simply untrue. None of the evidence suggests that, and it should not have been put in the lawsuit. The next point it is that Alexa makes is me.
And also, Alexa goes, I'll change it in the lawsuit. And it doesn't even matter anyways. Why the fuck did you file it then, psycho?
Saying that the documents are sealed. She once again states that this is a lie because the documents were not, in fact, sealed. I responded to that.
I support also.
The court documents are sealed. That's why the allegations that people
There it is. So see, and where do you, Paige, I have a question. Just an honest, I've been very transparent here. Who told you they were
Alexa, your rings and bracelets are chopped.
sealed documents?
However, the assumption that the documents were sealed was not an assertion it is that I got from Kat Tembage. It was a general consensus that the internet had kind of come to the conclusion of, due to the fact the only people who had access to these documents at this point from the Cleveland, Ohio Police Department was Alexa. And it wasn't until...
Oh my God, also, Lydia, I found a video of you. I think I posted it in my photo dump of you dancing at my New York show before I came on stage. Love that video. I'm so glad we have that now.
Almost a year later, did she even show the documents and where they actually came from? Now, what I will say is this lawsuit pertaining to Kat Tembage and Alexa Nikolas is down to the idea that Kat lied about it being sealed, therefore Kat spread
knowingly lied.
Misinformation. Now, I am not involved in that lawsuit, but what I will say today, in the same way that I said in my live stream, if Alexa is able to get justice against Kat in this lawsuit, I will happily make an amendment. And at present, on my channel, if you go ahead and take a look right now, I have made a small amendment to say the nature of the documents being sealed or unsealed is currently under investigation. Not only does that cover myself legally, because honestly, quite frankly, I do not want no lawsuits, but hopefully that will allow Alexa to calm down about something that, quite frankly, I'd still believe to be somewhat insignificant. And this also stands as proof that I will make an amendment and also give an explanation, something that Alexa struggles to do. Now, the last most relevant point it is that Alexa makes in this entire 3-hour-long live stream is that I am somehow connected to Kat Tembage and Ofi Doki. And this is all based on a video that Alexa shows of Ofi Doki thanking me for giving her a microphone.
One more thing before we do, though, I do want to say a huge thank you to Paige Christie for this beautiful microphone. I would not have been able to...
Interesting that a lot of these YouTube channels that were spreading this misinformation are all connected to Kat. So Kat's connected to Ofi, Kat's connected to Paige Christie.
Sorry, it was common knowledge, by the way, that Paige Christie and Kat Tembage hated each other. That's what's so crazy. Alexa, you dumb fucking... Paige and Kat did not like each other. How the fuck is Kat involved in this? How the fuck is Kat involved in this? Alexa, you are fucking... Alexa, give me that damn vape. I need a hit of it. Fuck.
Kat's connected to Adam McIntyre. And then now I'm finding out Paige Christie is also connected to Ofi Doki. And I don't know if anyone's seen these videos, but like, let's get real.
Okay, I don't know what you thought.
Let's get real. This is just...
This was, or if you thought this was a gotcha, but it really isn't. First and foremost, I'm not friends with Kat Tembage.
They literally... It is a known fact that Kat Tembage and Paige Christie did not like each other, by the way. That's what's so fucking crazy about this. Paige and Kat, I spoke to both of them, do not like each other.
The only times I've ever spoken to Captain Barge has been in relation to an article that she's included me in. This includes about 2 different Zoom calls for when she was working for Business Insider, and the odd request for a statement in regards to a story it is that she's working on. Beyond that, I know absolutely nothing about Captain Barge. We don't talk.
What's their beef? They're just not friends. They don't talk. They literally do not talk.
We've talked, it's to do with business, and now more recently your lawsuit, because she's asked me to help her out with some evidence because I archived fucking everything, and I gave her the evidence it was that she was looking for. But even then, there's no kiki. I'm not like, hey, how are you, girl? How you doing? Hope all is well. Like, we're not having those conversations. So that assertion is wild to me. I'm just a person who's very straight down the line.
They disagreed a lot.
And if I see injustice, I'm going to call it out. The second one is to do with Okie Dokie getting a microphone from me. I gifted her a microphone. This is not something that is new. People who follow me on Twitch, we know that I do this.
By the way,
I've gifted microphones to loads of different content creators. So I was going to name names, but I'm actually not going to do that because I'm not trying to get any kind of social media kudos or clout from that. But I'm going to say that probably a lot of the commentators it is that many of you watch, a lot of the people who have suddenly boomed in the past couple of months and years have probably been gifted something by me.
I love this. Paige Christie literally has given microphones to creators that she likes so that they can have good setups. Sorry, I didn't know that until this video. Thank you, Alexa, for yet again showing me that one of your enemies is a good fucking person.
Gifting microphones is something that I do regularly. In fact, there's another content creator who I gifted an entire camera. And I've done this for content creators, not just in the commentary space, but outside of the commentary space. I've given microphones to Sims content creators. Simply, if I like what you're doing and you're doing a great job and I think that you just need a little hand and a kind of leg up in the creator world that I never got, I'm going to do it. I'm not entirely sure how being a good person or being a good Samaritan is a gotcha. And as for me being quote-unquote friends with Ophi, I literally reached out one time to gift her the microphone and we have never spoken since. Like,
isn't that crazy?
At all. She thanked me on the channel. We kept it pushing. So no, I'm not friends with Okie Dokie. I don't know anything about her either. I just liked her content. I loved her vibe. I enjoyed the nuance corner, and I thought that she needed the help with sound quality. That was it. So I don't know what this is, but being a good human isn't a gotcha. But alas, you think we're all connected. The only person that I am remotely friendly with is Adam McIntyre, and that's only because I covered his Colleen Ballinger story, and we started speaking a little bit after that. But even then, we aren't friends.
By the way, me and Paige Christie text maybe once every 6 fucking months. And it's like, hey, did you see this? And I'm like, yeah. Or I'll be like, did you see this page? And she goes, yeah. And we'll be like, okay. And then we won't talk for fucking 9 months.
Friends, because he's a lot younger than me. And I don't tend to be friends with people who are younger than me. I suggest Drake Bell does the same. However, Alexa's main claim is that nobody is taking the time to read the lawsuit, to go through the exhibits, to really focus on the matter at hand, which is the situation between herself and Kat Tembarge and how she lied and defamed her. And all of the things it is that she believes that Kat Tembarge has done that goes beyond the scope of her actual role as a journalist to maliciously harm Alexa and her reputation. She said that nobody wanted to look. I did look. I had already looked, but you want me to delve deeper and focus on you and the story at hand? I am more than willing to do it. So let's go into the next chapter,
Paige
which is the
such a good
survivors
face card.
of
Sorry,
Alexa Nikolas. Ever since the Drake Bell video it is that I did last year, where I briefly spoke about Alexa Nikolas, there have been several people who have claimed to be the survivor of you. I never touched any of these allegations because I felt like it was extremely he said, she said territory. However, since my last video it is that I did on Alexa, the number of these survivors coming forward to me has only amplified. Now, I was apprehensive to even go into this territory considering the 18 questions it is that Kat Tembarge actually had for Alexa Nikolas was in relation to...
My favorite thing was when Alexa read out Kat's like 18 questions on live stream, everyone was like, wow, Kat's an amazing journalist.
Many of these alleged survivors and the harms it is that Alexa may or may not have caused to her community. And honestly, realistically, I am just not in the business of having an international lawsuit at this time, okay? My kids have just got into school. Let me just kind of get into the groove of it. But again, I'm a mom, so my kids will always come before my mouth. So what I will do is share a direct exhibit from Alexa Nikolas's own lawsuit, which is the direct email that Kat Tembarge sent to Alexa Nikolas with the aforementioned 18 questions. And many of those was in relation to Eat Predators and the Eat Predators community, and allegations about Alexa surrounding that community. Now, all 18 questions will be on the screen for you as the viewer to...
I remember he posted... Oh, you're talking about Ethan's story today? Yeah, Ethan is posting about me and insinuating that I'm creeping on his mom again from... when his mother was messaging me when I was like 18 fucking years old again. Remember when he was like... He called his mom live on air and was like, was Adam McIntyre creeping on you? And she was like, I love Adam. And he was like, oh, okay. He's brought it up again for no fucking reason. Isn't that crazy? Ethan Klein, you had a Reddit that was fetishizing pedophiles. You were literally writing posts that were on an account called Pedo Troll. And also, you're a creep.
Look through and decipher for yourself. However, I will only be reading out the ones that are going to be pertinent to the next clip it is that we're going to discuss.
I remember Alexa, the first time I saw the questions was whenever Alexa was posting them, and I was like, damn, Kat's a good journalist.
What are Alexa's credentials and professional experience?
He's not really back to doing that. No, he is. He literally is. Ethan Klein has such little on me that he continues to rotate between the same things that he has on me. Let's keep in mind that this man literally had an account like fetishizing pedophilia. He would literally do scenarios about pedophilia. What an evil, evil, crooked man. Literally broken record. It's so stupid.
Regarding
He did his Alexa Nikolas tell all Adam McIntyre ruined my life. No one gave a fuck. And now he's like, Adam groomed my mother. Ethan, you already said that. And you called your mother live on air and she said she loves me. Your mother said she loves me.
Victim advocacy. Has she ever worked for or been involved in any other advocacy groups besides Eat Predators? Does she have any training, such as from the National Organization of Victim Advocacy? Based on information from 3 sources with direct knowledge, is it correct that Alexa initially assumed a highly visible ambassador role within Eat Predators as the member with the largest pre-existing social media following? How would Alexa respond to the characterization that she is crafting revisionist history of the origins of Eat Predators? Based on information with 5 sources with direct knowledge and public social media posts, is it fair to say that Alexa has driven internal and external conflicts regarding Eat Predators, including personal attacks against other members and
Sorry, these are great questions. I still and this is Alexa, girl, this is me speaking on me. I'm not speaking for Kat here, but my God, these are great questions. These are good questions. No journalist who's writing an article has to pander towards licking your fucking arse. These are good questions. Really good questions. Good night, by the way. Good night. Good questions, right?
Efforts to turn the rest of the group against specific members. Why has Alexa used the Eat Predators YouTube channel to attack former members of the group? What purpose does this serve within victim advocacy? Did Alexa and or Eat Predators YouTube moderator delete comments on Eat Predators live streams and or live chats containing information disputing the claims of a former member stealing money from the survivors? Why did Alexa establish Eat Predators as a for-profit entertainment company, with Alexa serving in every executive position? How was the money from Eat Predators Patreon subscriptions used before Eat Predators was filed as a for-profit entertainment company? How was the money from Patreon used after the filing? Have all Eat Predators Patreon members received the free merchandise associated with certain subscription tiers? This question is based on information from a source as well as public comment on social media asking for undelivered stickers. Did Alexa offer to pay an Eat Predators Discord moderator California minimum wage? How does Eat Predators track for hours performed? This is based on information from 2 sources.
Also, Alexa, even if you didn't like the questions, give your answer.
And a screenshot of Alexa offering to pay the California minimum wage. How does Alexa respond to a former Discord moderator saying that they were paid less than California minimum wage for the hours that they worked, despite an agreement? So there you are, Alexa. That's me reading the lawsuit that you claim that I don't read. This was Exhibit F for your ass. The rest of the questions are in relation to a situation with somebody she has a restraining order against. Honestly, I don't care to delve into that situation anymore due to me not wanting to aggravate the alleged, stalker any further. At the end of the day, she's a mom, she's got kids, and I value her safety, at least, even if I don't respect her as a person. But I'm showing all of this because yesterday, I was informed about an Alexa Nikolas survivor who had posted on YouTube a video with receipts detailing her time within the Discord of Alexa Nikolas's Eat Predators Collective. This member's allegations seem to somewhat coincide with many of the questions it is that Kat Tembaj asked Alexa Nikolas in the Holy Grail 18 questions. So this is M's account. In her own words, amplified for visibility but not defamation, because I know how y'all niggas like to sue. So M starts off by stating that she is a published author who basically was doing research about advocacy groups around survivors because her book is about her own CSA survivor story. And that's when she was introduced to the Eat Predators Collective.
So I'm a published author and I found Eat Predators through researching organizations for survivors because my book that I published happens to be about my survivor story. And I was looking up organizations that helped shared survivors' voices. And Eat Predators came along my research, and I was like, oh, isn't that the girl from Zoe 101 that played, the ditzy character? I went down the rabbit hole of, her YouTube channel, and I was like, wow, okay, I can support this. I like the logo. I like the movement. In November 2023, I became a paying member of Eat Predators. I was paying $11.11.
Now, in this video, she explains the 2 generations of Eat Predators, which was lore that I was not aware of. And she also explains the hierarchy within the Eat Predators collective. Yes, there's levels to this, babe. Take a look.
There are 2 generations of Eat Predators, and there is a hierarchy of Eat Predators. We're going to dissect this. The first generation members of Eat Predators are like the founders of the whole movement, and they knew each other in person. I guess they went around like protesting and all this stuff. This lore goes so deep with the first generation that like Alexa has made Guess Who videos about
hierarchy to a Discord Patreon. Sorry, let's take it even further. Hierarchy to a survivors Discord Patreon group.
Like each ex-member that she has like beef with. Within this first generation of members began to retaliate against Alexa. One of them even became a vengeful stalker towards Alexa. Till this day, she has an RO. So it's very intense stuff within that one person. However, other members did retaliate against her, splitting the Discord and the members in half. So within that time, some members chose Alexa's side and other members chose the members speaking out against her. Because of all this disarray, Alexa shut down the Discord and took a step back from the movement to take a break. And she took that break, I guess, until the fall of 2023, because that's when the Discord is reinstated, and the first generation of members that were on Alexa's side, they now became the moderators of the second generation of the Discord. And that leads us to fall of 2023. The second generation of the Discord is up and running. New members are pouring in. The hierarchy of Eat Predators. Alexa and her husband.
Again, there should not be a hierarchy when it comes to survivor groups where people are paying to be involved in it, because it is just like, at the end of the day, you are exploiting people who are trying to find community in being a survivor.
And Michael, which I believe he went by Miko, something like that. Then it was this wild card of a lady, Alexandra. Alexandra is Alexa's mother. She would only aggressively show up in like the YouTube comment section on Alexa's lives. She wasn't in the Discord. It's insane type of like interactions with her within that comment section on those lives. And then next we have moderators. Now the moderators are the people that stuck through the mud with Alexa.
Why is there a hierarchy scheme here?
Within the first generation of Eat Predators. After moderators is voice chat moderators, and this only consisted of second generation members. Then we have the Survivor Listening Circle leader, and this is an ex-friend of Alexa's. And then lastly, on the hierarchy is the Eat Predators paying members. If you
they're the bottom ones. Like, sorry, we talked about this, so I don't want to get into it again.
Discord,
but it's still
you were
crazy.
giving Alexa some type of income monthly. Okay, I just want to state that.
Details that Alexa's relationship with a lot of the members in Discord was extremely deep, and in her words, manipulative.
So this alleged social predator has accusations of befriending supporters, emotionally manipulating them, and turning supporters against each other within the Discord. Allegedly, she would make phone calls to members even if they lived overseas in different time zones. She would call these people at 3 a.m. in their time zone to allegedly go on rants about other members or about her personal frustrations or issues.
Alexa called one of the members who she knows is on the spectrum. Alexa called me tonight. I've been so overwhelmed. Alexa just kind of did a number on me. She honestly makes me so anxious. Another member who became a moderator said the way I would describe her is like a boss that only talks to you if they need you. A boss that doesn't care about you in any way. Alexa was spamming the moderator group chat yesterday. Blank had a medical event happen because Blank was stressed. Alexa pretty much glossed over it and carried on ranting. She also made a chat to set me and Blank up. Alexa and the main moderator ambushed in a chat. They were acting like they didn't know about the situation to see if Blank and I would say anything. That was triggering because the feeling of being manipulated and set up. And then on the phone call with just me, she basically told me she set us up and sounded really proud of it.
Allegedly, Alexa collects screenshots from members and creates drama with them, and she also plays favoritism. All this allegedly behind the scenes happening while she's eating up all the glory and adoration that the members are giving her after each live.
States that she first questioned Alexa Nikolas's leadership skills when she continued a Discord-only live stream, which was like a book club of sorts, during a time when one of the members of this book club was having a medical emergency.
So the perks about being a paying member was to be on the Discord and also be involved in book clubs, which was a live voice chat with Alexa discussing a book. Through these book club live chats, Alexa got to know a lot of us on a personal level to to the point of like knowing our names and recognizing like our voices. I myself and others were enjoying the community. We felt seen. We had a sense of safety. We really did have respect for each other, becoming friends, vulnerable survivors who were looking for a community that we can relate to. And we found one. So we thought. It was around late December 2020.
Again, I think there's something really inappropriate about charging survivors to be a part of something where they feel like they're in a community and like one person is taking all that money. Having a hierarchy of survivors feels like, yeah, exactly.
23, and other members were in a book club voice chat with Alexa. When a member had a medical event happen in the live chat, Alexa was very aware that this medical
her channel
event
is
happened
M.
often with this
Alexa.
person.
When did it happen?
We have reacted to this, and I have it linked top pin as well if you want to go and support.
So I was at work in May, and I just suddenly got like a really bad headache. And then slowly I began to lose my speech. Couldn't speak for like a week. Like every time I tried to speak, I just made sounds. And sometimes that happens again, but not for quite as long. But like,
I'm so sorry.
And Alexa allegedly was quickly concerned and said,
also, I do find it problematic there being like Alexa, the face of it. Like Alexa does the live stream and all of the survivors call in. Then you're not all in the same playing field. Then you're not all in one group. There's one clear leader and you're all, you know what I mean?
oh, wait, doesn't that happen all the time? She asked somebody to check on the member because the member left. Once she got confirmation about this member being checked on, she continued to proceed with the context of the book club. But she didn't read the room. We did not want to move on with the context of the book. We wanted to make sure that our friend was like literally okay.
M states and shows footage of Alexa allowing a member of the Discord group chat speak uninhibited about slavery and Nazis in a way that was overwhelmingly positive to the oppressor. And allegedly this person did this for a while without any interjection.
And how slavery actually hurts the masters because they're actually the weakest of us all. They are the weakest people I've ever met in my goddamn life. You cannot have an honest conversation with them. Which is why I now realized.
By the way, if it feels like I'm not giving much here, it's because we reacted to this entire video and I fucking went the fuck off. I think just hearing back the highlights, if you will, of it really does just go to reiterate how awful this environment was.
That they were probably
Survivor of the Week,
Ultra because their father ran a college and then they became therapists. And it's like, oh, shit. And he ran a college during Gettysburg College during a time, the longest president during a time where they built the most buildings. And I bet you when they were building those buildings, they built places for experiments. And I want to research that and to make videos and ask people, are you a survivor? If you're alive, what happened? If I'm right. They were fucking crazy.
Wow.
So, and like when I read about these Nazi people and their family, honestly, some of these Nazis were nicer than my family. They were able to emotionally be more.
Is it? Sorry, I can't be here. I'm so sorry. I'm looking at the time and I'm like, I can't. I know that we're trying to like be mindful of everyone's time in the queue. So I just wanted to
wrap that up.
Yes.
Defamation.
And then she lets her continue talking.
I really think that I need to talk to you more because I think that the mind control people are going to be after you. And I would like to share with you what I've learned. And
Thank you so much.
From dating people that I'm never going to talk about on the internet because they're like literally too dangerous to even mention here.
I'm just going to be honest. If one of you bitches tried to pull this on me, I would cut you like end call. How dare you try to come on a call with me? Sorry, like that's literally this environment right now. That Alexa call is this, me being the like front facing and you guys are calling in. Could you imagine one of you deranged bitches called in and were like, the Nazis are my family or better than my family or whatever the fuck. You're getting blocked immediately. I'm sorry. Like there's no excuse for this. There's no excuse for this. Like there is genuinely no excuse for this. There is no excuse for this. And we'd be shocked if you didn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't fucking understand how someone can come up and be like, they're called in. I'm here, front facing. All of you guys are watching, listening right now, and someone calls in, right? Hello, what are you doing? And they're like, Nazis are my friends. Nazis are better than my family. I met Nazis that were nicer than my family. Whatever the fuck, this deranged fucking, I'm sad. And I'm like, wow. What What the fuck are we doing?
Here. So I really want you to benefit from knowing what's
The fucking crazy bitch is still talking
out there and what might come for you. Because like if we know what's out there, then we have the power. Because knowledge about what's really happening is what gives us the power. So that's
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I love you guys so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your night too. End this. I don't even know who else is in the queue, actually. I lost the queue because everyone was talking. Oh, wait.
States that after this situation, a lot of members complained, and then that member was swiftly removed. However, to avoid, I guess, trolling the Alexa Nikolas Eat Predators Discord server, states that Alexa prompted all current Discord members to upgrade their membership in order to prove that they weren't, I guess, trolled.
Isn't that crazy, by the way, that Alexa literally told people to upgrade their membership so they could, like, prove they're real survivors or whatever the fuck, real members, because they were dealing with these people coming in. Give me more money! More money!
This is what M says. This is not what I'm saying, okay? So you can get your little lawsuit guy and tell him to settle down.
Allegedly, Alexa told everyone in order to like show that you're like a real member, just upgrade your membership. And she used like an example, like say if you have a $2 membership, you can upgrade to the $5 membership. And I just like see that as a huge red flag, because how is that going to prove anything that you're not a troll? You know what I mean? Yikes, girl.
She said broke bitches can't be trolls.
Speaks about an overwhelming sense of unprofessionalism from Alexa Nikolas, that she would make promises that she wouldn't usually keep, like, you know, stating that she was going to be doing something called Survivor of the Week, where people would send in their survivor stories and take time to really share their personal experiences, and that she was going to be
Survivor of the Week. We cannot be serious right now. Survivor of the Week. Right.
reading one every week, but then she just wouldn't. And there's a situation with M in her book where she said that she was going to promote it, but then she didn't. Honestly, at this point, considering the severity of where this situation goes, according to M, very trivial things, but just overall adds to the lack of professionalism and the lack of care that the Eat Predators Collective was handled with.
Deeply unserious.
You kind of kept like, oh, I'm going to promote the book thing, and like it never came to. And then, and also too, if you ever do want to like revisit that, I'd love to like sit down with a plan, so like I know what you would say, and then also I'd commission how I would pay you.
No, absolutely not. I'm supporting. Do not even think about that. No. Okay. It's my honor to do that, and I really want to. I wasn't even able to last week. Like I'm obviously not even doing No More Nostalgia this week. You know, like there's everything kind of got like altered. But so if you want to send me like outside of here, just send me any like. If you have a digital version of it in the meantime.
I'm going to move on because she had made promises to other people too, not just me like this. So the next broken promise is a protest that she was going to instruct in New York City. Her and her husband were hyping up this protest, saying that they were going to fly out to New York City and protest this band who had a predator in it. I even remember in the Discord, her husband was in a like video chat with other members, and I popped in to see like why was he in a video chat with other members, like just him? Because honestly, I found that as like a little sus because like he's a man. Okay, I just find all men sus.
Why would a man be there?
Sharing his screen, and people are watching him make like the poster for that protest that they're going to fly out to. But the day of the protest, a member tagged Alexa's husband on the EP Discord and said that they were going to be late to the protest. And the husband replies, "Oh, actually, we aren't going to the protest because we can't afford it." So they never told anybody that the protest was not going to happen, and this person felt betrayed, this member.
Sorry, isn't that so fucking crazy, by the way? Promoting that you're going to go to a protest and then not showing up, allegedly.
And also nervous because they were downtown, Times Square, New York City, going to protest this ban. So the way that Alexa's husband tried to cover it up was, oh, hey, how about you send us a picture of you at the protest and we'll post it on our Instagram. So that is not taking people's time into consideration, because if you know damn well you have this protest coming up and you can't...
Send us a photo of you there.
fucking afford the tickets, you tell the people in your Discord right away.
M states that Alexa then decided to introduce a listening circle where they could all come together and listen to each other as I guess they all trauma dump on each other, but in a way that's supposed to facilitate healing and helping each other. Great idea, bad execution, because M states that the person who was put in charge of this listening circle wasn't qualified as a psychologist nor a therapist.
In the Discord, Alexa introduced a friend who is also a survivor.
Sorry, and also you have a responsibility if you are charging people to be a part of a Patreon or a Discord or whatever, to invest that money in some way to help the community. Sorry.
She introduced this person thinking that they would be a great fit to run a Survivor Listening Circle. And we're going to call this person the Survivor Listening Circle leader.
Crazy.
So me and my friend actually in the Discord, we were kind of hesitant with this idea because we did find out that the leader of this circle is not licensed.
Hey guys, come to my birthday party. I won't be there, but send me a picture. Literally how it
within
reads.
like therapy or psychology. So it's just like a regular person running a listening circle of survivors that went through like traumatic events. We were unsure how this was going to pan out, but looking back at the downfall of the Survivor Listening Circle, boundaries were definitely crossed. This is why like you need professionals within a setting like this, so boundaries are not crossed.
Yes.
Alexa did state that.
And also, it is the responsibility of the person who fundamentally is making the money from all of this to ensure that the people who are spending money are safe, who are a part of this community are safe.
The Survivor Listening Circle leader was gossiping about survivors in the listening circle.
And then after a while, M states that this person who was in charge of the listening circle would gossip about other members within the listening circle and their stories to Alexa. And that apparently, allegedly, according to M, came from Alexa. She told the group, allegedly.
And Alexa allegedly has screenshots of the Survivor Listening Circle saying horrible things about Alexa and other people. So like I said, it's very he said, she said. Which this rings true because months after the Discord finally closes, Alexa allegedly sends an iMessage to one of the ex-members of Eat Predators. So she sends a screenshot of the Survivor Listening Circle leader talking crap and being mean about this person. So she
And also, this is just so petty, so unnecessary, and just goes against the survivor community aspect that she's trying to push out.
sends that message and says, see, they were making fun of you. Months later, like out of nowhere, out of the blue, with the money that Alexa was getting from all these paying members, I'm sure she could have set aside like $100 a month or something to get an actual therapist to be like
Literally
doing this listening circle if she wanted her members to have it so badly. I do want to note that Alexa never checked in on the listening circle. Later in a live stream, she says that listening groups are just too triggering for her. That's why she never showed up into the Survivor.
Could you imagine me charging you for something and then being like, hey guys, I'm going to provide this for you, but I'm not going to be a part of it because I'm triggered by it actually, but give me our money. Give me our money. This is so unserious.
Survivor Listening Circle.
I can't do a survivors listening group. I don't have as much time as most people because...
Don't do it then. Don't you dare charge people and be like, actually, I can't come to the things I'm charging you for.
I'm a mom, and I'm doing...
She's a mom. She's a mom.
So many things. And also, I've been in some of those groups, and it can be triggering. And I just knew I'm not like a first responder. And I would consider...
She's not a first responder.
A survivor listening group a first responder position.
Then, as if things couldn't get any more worse than just haphazardly handled within this alleged Discord group, M alleges that an actual predator was involved in the Discord group at one point. Now, the alleged predator who was allowed to be in this Discord group, according to M, actually had moderation roles on Alexa Nikolas's Eat Predators YouTube channel. So a lot of the survivors, allegedly again, according to M, felt as if they were scared to come forward and tell their stories due to his position and role within the Eat Predators hierarchy.
Someone came forward about a certain Eat Predators member, and this member was Chad. But he immediately got banned when a lot of ladies were coming out saying that Chad was continuously private messaging them and being inappropriate.
In the Eat Predators Discord!
That all his victims kept saying were that they were scared to come out and tell people in the Discord because Chad was a moderator on Alexa's YouTube live comments. So they thought he was important in the community because Alexa had him as a moderator. Now, to be clear, he was not a moderator in the Discord, a moderator in the YouTube comments. So you would think that your members just found out, your members who are survivors just found out that there's a predator in the Discord. You think you would kind of come into the community and calm everyone down and say like, oh, this is how we're handling the situation. If anyone needs like someone to speak to, reach out here and here, yada, yada, yada. She did none of that, okay? And
so why have a survivor circle if you can't do it? Because I think it was just pandering at a certain stage, but Jesus
then
Christ.
she was confronted about it in a voice chat.
Hey, Alexa, are you there? Yeah, you just need to have a little bit of a heads up. So we just had the survivors listening circle, and things got just a little bit heated, and a few people got a little bit upset about some stuff that's been going on in the Discord. And then a bit of an argument ensued at the end. So I just wanted to make you aware that there might be like some tensions.
And I did want to...
Oh my God, this was so unserious. When she's addressing and she goes, my Amazon package is here. Yippee! Isn't this clip where she goes, Amazon? Isn't it this clip? If I'm not mistaken. And she starts like manically laughing. She goes, my Amazon package. Yippee! Oh, it is. Yeah. Watch.
At least say something about, you know, what recently happened when it comes to a specific Discord member that, you know, I sadly learned that was saying inappropriate things to members here of Eat Predators. And you can't... Ooh, wait, I actually have a delivery coming. Hold on 1 second. Can you please put the package over the wooden door? Sorry. So I'm saying this. Okay. So you can't, I mean, obviously I can't control the whole thing, you know. All we can do is, if someone is showing inappropriate, hopefully this person gets my message, but
deeply unserious.
You know, hopefully what we can do is make sure that
her delivery from the nicotine factory. This is so unserious.
All of the members in here feel safe and comfortable, you know, going to a mod or messaging me. Obviously, I'm balancing a lot, so I'm not the quickest person. Definitely not. But
you're the one in charge. You're the one making money. At least hire people who will be. You have a responsibility.
But at least for me as well, can reach out to me, and you know, things can be handled. And you know, sometimes that means a ban, obviously, when it comes to extremely, you know, inappropriate behavior, disrespectful, harassment. You know,
balancing a lot, Mama. You're running a Discord. She isn't a first responder, guys.
Name it, then that means a serious ban. But I want everyone in the Discord to feel comfortable.
M states that at one point a member of the Eat Predators Discord group was bullied, and then there was like this whole confrontation that completely divided the Eat Predators Collective Discord group. Some people were on one side, some people were on another side.
Somebody was being bullied, and this is actually a friend of mine, and they were being bullied to the point where like no one was caring, none of the moderators were caring to help, and it was getting bad. Like my friend had to go talk to her therapist. They spent days literally trying to like message moderators about this person. So in the Survivor listening circle, as everyone is calming down from the news of Chad, my friend comes in and she, as she should, confronted her bully in front of everybody. And this kind of triggered a lot of people to be like, oh my God, what is going on? As she's going off at her bully, she's kicked out of the voice chat. And that Survivor Listening Circle leader begins to go off about her issues with Alexa. They go on a rant about how they're so done with Alexa and her unprofessionalism.
M states that this led to many of the people involved in the Eat Predators Discord to feel unsafe, so they all kind of retreated back to private group conversations.
This is when people were officially upset and done with Alexa. So after the listening circle, the Discord went silent. Everybody is triggered and they feel unsafe. So we all kind of like retreated into
crazy. You need a therapist for the
where
healing.
We felt the safest with our friends. So everyone is in like all these different group chats, and the only ones that are really posting in like the main Discord are like new people. So after a week of silence in the Discord and everyone is in their group chats, I noticed that the Survivor Listening Circle leader's name turns white. So that means either they got banned or they left the server. I noticed that there was a Survivor Listening Circle coming up, so I was like, oh, I bet you like Alexa's not going to make an announcement about what's going on. So I tag Alexa in the general chat.
Also, if you're charging money, you have a responsibility. Like, my God.
And I have screenshots to show. So I add Alexa and I say, was the Survivor Listening Circle canceled today? I went to the thread to see if a cancellation was announced, but I saw that the Survivor Listening Circle's username turned white. And I asked if it was canceled. So Alexa responds and says, hi, yeah, it's been canceled sadly. I'll be looking for a replacement and we'll explain to you next week. That's why I haven't been going live, nor have I been active in here. I'm recovering. Thank you at everyone for understanding. Recovering from what? Recovering from all the screenshots that...
Recovering from being a mommy, not a first responder.
You've been taking and receiving because of the whole like dramatic shit show that you have created back behind the scenes of this whole Discord. Yeah, I bet that takes like a lot out of you, girl.
M states that Alexa decided to do a Guess Who live stream, which she alleges was basically supposed to be like an expose of some kind of the listening circle leader, where Alexa attempted to expose the listening circle leader for all of the various different things it is that they had said and done behind the scenes. However, during this live stream, which M shows with receipts, Alexa shared some DMs that were things that the listening group leader had actually said about Alexa and Nikolas, stating that they were scared of Alexa because Alexa pretty much knew everything about them and that potentially she could leverage.
Again, it makes me so sad these people were actually fucking scared
that
of
information
her.
to her advantage. This is, again, M's account of events.
So when Alexa told me she'll explain next week, what she meant was on Alexa's YouTube channel, she created a time slot for a scheduled live, and the scheduled
Paying
live
her,
was
yes!
a thumbnail with a guess who. So basically the live was exposing the Survivor Listening Circle leader and being mad at her. Now, a little Easter egg that Alexa doesn't know in her Survivor Listening Circle guess
This
who
was
video
crazy.
is she's showing all
exposed
these
herself.
screenshots so fast that she's going over like things that were not blocked out that she should have blocked out because it's about her. I don't think she realizes that this was in there, and I have the screenshots to prove it. So the main moderator is speaking because it's the gray texter, and the message says, "My mental health is so fucking bad, man. This isn't helping. I'm deathly terrified of Alexa." And they continue to say, like, she knows everything about me and the way she retaliates against people. This main moderator was allegedly...
By the way, Alexa accidentally showed that on her own stream. Of people being scared of her.
friends with Alexa for 2+ years, and they're turning around and saying this. Social predators, social predators.
M states that this caused many other survivors in the Discord to feel worried about how much it is that they shared about themselves and their traumas within their designated safe space.
Self-report,
We have to remember that at this point, M has already told us that Alexa had told the group directly how the listening group leader would gossip about them outside of the listening circle. So I imagine the feeling of, Alexa knows.
The concept of paying to be a part of something where you think is other survivors that'll help you and it turns into like a bullying back and forth is crazy.
Was probably scary to an already traumatized group of survivors.
Yes.
Members to this day are nervous to speak up about Alexa in fear of what she would lie or post about them. So Alexa created fear within her movement that was supposed to support survivors and gather us in a safe community to feel safe and heard.
And finally, M talks about something called a Spot Me Fund, which was a fundraiser that was created within the Discord to help survivors who may be going through some financial hardship. I will just let M take it away and she can explain in full this one.
The Survivor Spot Me Fund came about because the main moderator decided to help Eat Predators member raise money for their surgery. The main moderator and others asked Alexa if she can promote the Spot Me Fund for the Eat Predators member on her YouTube channel, which she did. I remember her like mentioning it a few times, and they even had a game night in the Discord to raise money for this fund. However, where Alexa went wrong with allowing this situation to happen was she left it in the hands of the main moderator. So this main moderator allegedly blocked the survivor out of the GoFundMe account and allegedly took money from the fund. However, Alexa stands up for the main moderator, saying that they didn't take anything out of the funds, that it was the survivor who the funds were for themselves took money out of the funds, not the main moderator. Now, this started a whole nother he said, she said debate with who took the money from the survivor fund, who took the
We should not even be having to have these debates on was money taken unfairly from fundraising, specifically with Eat Predators. Like, this is... And I can't believe that Alexa's never fucking addressed this before. And also, I really, really, really wonder if Alexa is going to address this. Because she hasn't as of yet. All she's said right now is like, Paige Christie! I hate you, Paige Christie! She's not addressed anything other than that.
Cookie from the cookie jar, literally. This is where Alexa begins to claim that the survivor was not using the funds for their medical bills and surgery. She then began to invalidate the severity of the surgery, which Alexa and her husband allegedly began harassing the survivor for their medical documents.
Will she address anything? I think she'll make a video about Drake Bell, and it will be like, Drake Bell didn't, you know, he seized interactions with the young girl. He didn't give her a birthday card. The aunt brought one to a meet and greet and he signed it. It'll be that. It will not be anything else, I don't think. I would love Alexa Nikolas to watch Alexa's video in full and address it the same way she says that I should watch all of her fucking videos. Come on, Alexa.
To prove their condition and to prove their surgery. Now, I don't know if Alexa is aware of this, but that is a HIPAA violation. You just can't demand to look at somebody's medical records. So this is wild because allegedly Alexa was friends with the survivor the Spot Me Fund is for. I want to point out that the major flaw Alexa made with the survivor fund is she was not having her hands fully active in the fund account. Too many people, too many hands in the pot. So I feel like since Alexa agreed for this fund to be done by her main moderator and to be promoted to people in her community, I feel like she should have taken the extra step to have her hands fully in and watching the money. She should have made a deal where Alexa and the survivor the fund is for have access to the...
I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? She's getting all this money from the Discord. What is she even doing to justify having that money?
Fund account. I mean, like, she had this cash flow being moderated by 20-something-year-olds. When it comes to a big stack of money, I don't care. No matter what, money is money.
Yes.
Somebody is going to be tempted if no one is watching the cash flow. If this survivor fund was too much for Alexa to handle, she could have just said no. I don't want this like going through the Discord. However, I noticed this trend with her. She will agree to something and then not fully be on board on it and then ghost the idea, and then something bad comes
Sounds
of
like
it
our
because
Alexa.
she is playing hot and cold.
So as we can see, many of the questions that Kat
Not she gotta pay for those vapes.
outlined for Alexa were many of the same
Deeply
grievances that
unserious.
M shared in her video, Survivors of Alexa Nikolas, which is linked in the description box down below if you want to watch the full video. I definitely suggest you go ahead and check that out. M states that she has even more receipts to corroborate what it is that she is saying. But I do think that all of this does go to show, whether true or not, whether over-exaggerated or underestimated, that Alexa Nikolas had a already terrible, trash, garbage reputation before Kat Tembage even uttered a single word about whether the case was sealed or not. And just simply judging by the amount of people who have ran to my inbox, not just over a year ago, but even more recently as today.
I think that's a great point from Paige. And something that everyone behind the scenes is currently fucking trumpeting. Alexa's reputation is damaged because of Alexa Nikolas. And there is no other way around that. There's like nothing else to say.
To share their stories with me of how they believe that they are survivors of Alexa Nikolas, that should honestly show you that her reputation literally was done before Kat. So with that being said, let's get straight into the conclusion. Alexa, I still maintain that your reputation was ruined long before Kat came into the picture.
I agree.
Long before the sealed versus unsealed debacle with you and Kat Tembage.
I agree.
Purely not just based on the questions that Kat asked you, pointing to...
Also, you know what we don't talk about? Well, we talked about it in the moment. Alexa Nikolas, remember when she made Nickelodeon merch? And made merchandise off of all of the child stars from Nickelodeon? Why are you making merch on that and making money from that? We called you out for that anyways. Girl, you were doing things that we were calling you out for a long time. And you were being ratioed to fuck on Twitter way before Kat Tembage came into the picture.
To your community potentially crumbling right beneath you. But also, even now, there are still people claiming to be survivors of you. Even today, right now, a couple of seconds ago, I got yet another message from a person claiming to be the victim of you. And I don't, nor will I ever respect you based on the fact that you will continuously lie and claim things that are patently false. Like the statement that Drake, once he found out what the age was of the victim, ceased communication immediately.
When he realized what her age was, he disengaged speaking to her immediately.
When the Sweet 16 card shows otherwise. But realistically, just to give you the grace it is that you feel you deserve from me, I personally couldn't do what you attempted to do. Badly. To build a community of empowered survivors. Because I do think that as survivors, we also need to take time to look after ourselves as part of our own personal healing journeys. So overseeing various different other people and attempting to manage their emotions, I think for me personally would be just a little bit too much. Especially when you have your own shit to unpack and your own shit that you're going through. And that is the only grace that I will give you. I think it genuinely started with positive intentions, but it just ended so incredibly badly. But what's...
My thing is, once you're exploiting this amount of people, I don't care to hear you out anymore. I really, really, really do not care to hear her out anymore because she, at the end of the day, is exploiting so many people. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Needed right now is just a little bit of accountability. Stop using Kat Tembage as the scapegoat for things that are clearly...
That's the point. Stop using anyone as being your scapegoat. Stop using Kat for being the reason that your reputation's done. Stop using me. Adam McIntyre ruined my life or whatever the fuck that Ethan Klein interview was. Stop using Paige Christie now. Stop using the E-Predators members. Alexa, you did to yourself.
Really part of your many, many failures. The mere idea that you would sit down on Ethan Klein's platform and disengage from his pedo troll past, a past of which he has stated openly and publicly that he doesn't regret, to join forces on your mutual hatred for Kat Tembage, means that ultimately you are putting you first before your survivors, the collective that you...
I think that's a great point from Paige, which is about how much Alexa puts herself first, which goes against the mission of Eat Predators and defending survivors. Like, this is such a fucking good point. It's like unfucking believable.
Started. And girl, you have to see how this looks.
Yep.
And if not, take a cold, hard look in the mirror and not see what you've become, but who you've become. And ask yourself, was any of this even worth it?
That's what I'm saying. The only thing this has done ultimately at the end of the day, if we're being so fucking serious, is Alexa has pissed us off. And whose fault is that? Alexa's.
Built Eat Predators on the promise of safety, a refuge for survivors, a movement louder than the silence itself. And for a while, it worked. People believed. People trusted. But behind the...
And also people wanted to. Like, Alexa, like, we wanted to like you. We wanted to support you in supporting child, you know, survivors and people from Hollywood. Like, we wanted to. But at the end of the day, like, girl, you wanted to be the one. Like...
Curtain... It wasn't about victims anymore. It was about you. Every spotlight moment, every post meant to help was really a mirror, feeding your own ego and not the people that you claimed to protect. And when the truth finally cracked through, when the survivors who you had sworn in to shield saw their own voices twisted into weapons for your personal gain, the empire collapsed. Your reputation, once untouchable under the spotlight of the Quiet on Set documentary, now lays in ruins. And the bitter irony is the person who set out to eat predators became consumed with their own hunger. Anyway, that is about it for today's video. I don't really think I want to continue covering Alexa and Nikolas. To be honest, I think I'm pretty much done, so hopefully this is the end of that issue.
Ooh. That ate. Yeah. I think it's unfortunate, and I think it's frustrating. I think it's annoying that she continues to preach anything other than the fact that she ultimately is the one who's deranged. She ultimately is the one who is, in my opinion, insane, quite frankly. And that is why only people like Ethan platform her, because he is equally deranged and insane. It's unfortunate. And yeah, like Paige, I get DMs from people here saying that they, you know, have gone through things with Alexa, and it's unfortunate. And I really do believe that bad people will get, at the end of the day, what is coming for them. I really do believe that when Alexa wants to utilize all in the world, she wants to bring Ethan's lawyers on, she wants to sue Kat, Ethan wants to get involved. I believe that all of these people, regardless of how much power they think they have, will get what is coming to them. And, I mean, isn't that something we would all want to believe in? That people who utilize power to do evil things or do wrong things or are trying to suppress people or whatever get what's coming to them? I do. I really do. I hope eventually that Ethan Klein learns a lesson, because he is utilizing power to harass people, and same with same with Alexa as well. It's evil. I really do believe that people will get their karma. And you have to find comfort in that as well. You really do have to find comfort in the fact that people will eventually get their karma for being evil, scum, disgusting people. And I don't know. I just have to see how the world works, because whether that's the lawsuit getting shut down or you know, the court being like, Alexa, you're crazy, or I don't know. It just, I don't believe people should be allowed to be as manipulative, evil, harassing, snarky as what Ethan and Alexa are, without eventually seeking back what they're putting out. I'm going to leave it there. So, goodbye, everyone.